Alright, gang. So I decided to make a video watch list on this fine Sunday because I have not done one in a while. So I figured, why the hell not? So let's get right into it. So, as you guys know, I am a data trader. I go off of options flow. I also follow pretty closely gamma exposure levels, which are market maker levels that tells me where market makers have to hedge their positions in order to make themselves delta and gamma neutral. In this case, I'm not going to go into very much detail about that, but I do use those levels to find price targets as well as where I think the market's going to find a bias in the market, essentially. So what we see here is the SPY gamma exposure levels, the cumulative exposure, which means all expirations in the entire market. So what we see here is a bunch of negative levels to the downside. We did move pretty rapidly on Friday, as you guys can see. We had a massive sell-off on Friday, which we did catch a pretty nice short move on Friday, but that is besides the point. Let's take a look at these levels here. Now we have a lot of negative gamma levels to the downside, all the way down to 720, 718, 712-ish area, which is pretty far down. It's like another $20 or so on SPY. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but this is a big level that I'm going to be looking at going into next week, which is 740 on SPY, as you can see on this chart right here. This is 740 on SPY, this black shaded square that I have here. Pretty big pivot point, as you could tell from Friday, where we saw a lot of resistance here. We did come back down and retest it, and then we flushed down pretty aggressively towards the end of the day on Friday. Now we are in the futures market seeing a slight rebound here on MNQ. For the Asia session, we're pretty much around that area that I was just talking about, that 740 level where we did pivot. If I move on over to ES, let me see. If we move on over to ES, we are literally right at that 740 level on SPY. You can see the charts coinciding here. So here's the pivot that we made at 740, where this white line is. And here is SPY right here, right where we hit that pivot to have that huge move down at close. So we are currently right at that level in the overnight markets as I am recording this. So it's going to be pretty telling where I think the market's going to be going. Depending on what we do at this level, if we're going to break through it, we can catch a nice reversal play to the upside and maybe even recover a little bit of this move that we had on Friday. Or if we reject back down, I'd just be playing continuations back down towards those other negative gamma levels that I have right here towards like 720, 720-ish. But that's the levels that I have for this week, just going off of GEX. Let me know down below in the comments if you do like these videos, because I do not mind making these videos. It is more of a complex data set that I use, strategy, whatever you want to call it. And you guys might not understand a little bit more, but I have plenty of videos about my strategy that I use and why I use gamma exposure in my trading. If you're interested in that, I do have a YouTube channel, and I talk about it all the time on my X profile. If you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. I am an open book. I will see you guys in the next one.